can hit delete. Now we'll try the same thing with our vertical. Now for the vertical, if I need a dimension between the bottom of my window, top of my cabinets, again we have to go point to point. So with this particular dimension, I can't get it to the top of my countertop, but I can get to the top of my cabinet. Click on there, it gives us a nice little dimension out here. Again, we can move it if we need to, or we can simply delete it. Okay, now the next dimension in our list up here is point to point. And again, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have to click on one point and then another point in order to get the measurement between it. So let's say, for instance, I need to know the measurement between the end of this cabinet and the end of this cabinet over here. Now I could go in and I could add all these up and come up with that measurement. That's kind of a pain in the neck. You can come in here and we can click on our point. We can come across and we know we've got a point because we've got the little green line going. Come out here, we can click on our other point, and it's going to give me that dimension right here. Now again, we can come into our dimensions, we can select move, and we can move that dimension out here where it's a little more user-friendly. If we don't need that dimension, again, click on it and hit delete. Now our next measurement up here is our angular measurement. And this one comes in very handy for measuring the angles between objects. Now I've taken my island here and I've put it in at an angle. And if I need to know what that angle is, which, you probably will, I can click on my wall, click on my other wall, and it comes in here and tells me that this angle between this wall and this wall is 45 degrees. Click on my measurement, and I can delete it. The next measurement in the line is point to line. This one's pretty self-explanatory as well. It's measuring from a point to a line. So if I need to know the distance between my cabinet here, I can click on the corner of my cabinet, which is my point, come out and click on my line, and it tells me that I have 50 inches. Now the last measurement in our lineup here is line to line. This measurement comes in very, very handy when you're measuring, obviously, between lines. So if I needed to know, for instance, the overall length of my cabinets, again, I can come up here and line them, add them up. I've got it up here, but maybe I need it down here. So I can come in, I can click on my line, I can drag out, click on my other line, and here it's set. Now I can move this dimension out here where it's easily accessible. I can delete my dimension. I seem to have two of them in there somehow. And there we go. But if I needed to know other dimensions, like the distance between the end of my cabinet here and my corner, I can come in, take that measurement, and move it out so it's easily accessible. Now here's a plan that I've added a few user dimensions to. I've used pretty much all of them in the book there to go through and make it a little bit easier for the installer. We've got dimensions from our corner out to our wall, from our wall to our corner, and our wall to the corner of our wall. We've got dimensions from the end of the wall to the start of our wall and base cabinets. We've got dimensions from the corner out to the edge of our stove. Now, all these little dimensions that we've added in here, though we can glean these dimensions from our dimensions up here, it's a little bit easier if they don't have to stop and take measurements and do the math in their heads. And here's an elevation that I've added a couple of critical measurements to. I've added the distance between the countertop, the cabinet and the bottom of the cabinet here, the cabinet and the window, and then our overall height of our raised cabinets in the corner. All these little things just make your install go just a little bit easier, and it also makes it a little bit easier for you when you're out on the job and double checking things. Now, with dimensions added to your bag of tricks, try them out and see how much easier here reading your plans and your installations go.